saying again.
Settled on a final idea, you produced a series of rough cuts. How does this and other elements of your approach to producing the final film show how you've progressed since the basic prelim work?
We spent more time on planning and spent more time getting the shots that we wanted and setting up, such as setting up tripods and getting loads of different varieties of shots. In our first rough cut, we didn't have any diegetic sound or soundtrack, and it wasn't as smooth as we wanted it to be. And we got lots of feedback on that, and our audience said we needed all these things. And we edited the CCTV in our first rough cut, and that helped us develop our effects knowledge on Final Cut. In the second rough cut, we tried out the soundtrack that we made over the film within a film, but we didn't soundtrack the entire first opening. We focused on the music here and developed our garage band skills and Final Cut skills on cutting and editing, so it like ran better and it was less jumpy. In our third rough cut, we added the rest of the soundtrack and added the diegetic sounds, which we had re-recorded.
Now we come to your actual final coursework production. Give some details on how this evolved through multiple rough cuts and in what ways this final version has improved upon your initial rough cut.
We added transitions to our final rough cut, and we changed the titles so they're all the same size, and we also changed the volumes of the sound to make the voices easier to understand. Our final cut was improved from our rough cut because it worked better, because the editing was quicker and the soundtrack created suspense, which is what we wanted, and diegetic sound was important, which we realised when we put it into our film. We learned from our prelim task all the way to our final cut continuity editing, how to storyboard and create shot lists and general planning sheets, and also choosing locations, actors and mise-en-scene, and how they were all really important to creating a good film opening. We also learnt about cinematography and different shot types and spending more time on deciding the shot and setting it up. And we learnt about editing in Final Cut, such as all the effects that it could have, and we got better at editing. We also learnt about GarageBand and how that works, and also we learnt about recording extra sounds and what's the best way to do that, and also deciding where it needs sounds and music and where it doesn't. We were pleased with our final product because we thought the intertextuality idea worked very well and got very good and thorough audience feedback. I think the editing looks really good, and especially the CCTV footage part. The titles linked well to previous titles from different films within the genre. The soundtrack was well done and fit with what was happening on the video. Costumes and props were well thought through and fitted with the genre well, and we were happy with the different shots, and taking the time to set them up was worthwhile.